producer and or persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of DCTV. All producers and guests appearing on programs provide information and opinions based on information they consider to be reliable. DCTV does not affirm the completeness and accuracy. All DCTV members agree to adhere to DCTV's Statement of Compliance and are participants in a community medium forum where they're exercising their freedom of speech.
I'm your host, Karen Hudis. Welcome to this series on the network of global corporate control. Thanks to DCTV, to Carmen Stanley, Project Director, to Maurice Jackson, Studio Director, and to Couché Starnes on audio and teleprompter. Today's segment is pre-recorded and is called Government. Last week's segment was called Spirituality. Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing. This capacity is one of the ways that we can tell whether we're using our prefrontal godly brain. Now, Katie had this to say about our spirituality. Katie called me twice when I was imprisoned in the hospital for 3 weeks during August. Katie left a video for everyone advising for all of us to stay involved. She also had this summary of last week's video on spirituality. Truth Seer liked a tweet you were mentioned in. No matter the religion you believe, we're the very breath of God and divine creations. Our mind is directly connected to all, and our godly brain is unique. It's so important to not invoke religion. It's being used by very evil forces, no matter how pure the intention. Love to all. Now we're going to talk about government. In the 35th segment in December 2015, we discussed Ferdinand Marcos and Ronald Reagan and how Cardinal Sin and the CIA bribed people to overthrow Marines in the USA and to overthrow Marcos in the revolution, and how Marcos turned down the offer of the Trilateral Commission. Ferdinand Marcos was preserving the world's assets in trust in the global debt facility for us for this day. He was counting on us to learn about and to end the network of global corporate control. We put the Federal Reserve Bank into receivership in the global debt facility last year in April. That was actually 2016. And this year, in summary, I filed liens against the Federal Reserve Bank in the 11 states in which they are located. Kansas and St. Louis are both in Missouri. There's a hidden history. I've spoken about the hidden history in the United States after the French Revolution, how the Crown Prince of France, Louis-Charles Bourbon-Capet, was made manager of the United States in 1805 until the Pacer family lost control of the Virginia Company in 1933, when the company had to file for bankruptcy. When you learn about a hidden puppeteer, history looks a lot different. France of 1789 Britain of 1640, Russia of 1917, Germany and Hungary of 1918-1919, and Spain of 1936 share common traits, provocateurs aiming to destroy the fabric of society. Under the global currency reset, the 1789 Constitution is going back into effect and martial law is ending. Justice Antonin Scalia may have been ready to disclose the fact that the United States is secretly being governed by martial law. At the beginning of February, 10 days before Justice Scalia's sudden death, I called Justice Scalia on the carpet for refusing to tell the American people that the U.S. is governed by martial law, and I tweeted his picture. I also mentioned the corruption in the Supreme Court and posted a picture of Justices Antonin Scalia and Clarence Thomas during the DCTV broadcast on February 10, 2016. I told the American Bar Association that lawyers are too corrupt to regulate the legal profession anymore, and that there probably shouldn't be a legal profession. This was after the DC Bar refused to answer any question whether the U.S. was being governed by martial law. And then the following oath, and they're not making any oaths in D.C. About the Constitution of 1789. And the Magna Carta, through the